Howdy. We are set for another First Impressions. This time with Arkham Horror, Mother's Embrace. I read it's a point and click with strategy elements. Combat mainly. I don't know anything about the game, so let's dive right in. This looks very similar to the Call of Cthulhu pen and paper role-playing game. With investigation, combat, traumas. It's not one-to-one, but mental resistance. It gives me those vibes. And you get to choose an investigator.
Move aside, boys. It's my turn.
There's no time like the present.
Move aside, boys.
That's my cue to play.
I'm ready to investigate.
A grave digger.
Prepared.
It's my time in the spotlight.
I heed the Lord's call.
There's no time like the present.
Move aside, boys.
That's my cue to play.
I heed the Lord's call.
Let's go with the professor.
There's no time.
I wonder if I should have grabbed the gravedigger. That could have been interesting.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wilhelmina Tillinghast, Professor of Astronomy at Miskatonic University. All my life, I have dedicated myself to the study of celestial objects. Most recently, I visited Louisiana to observe the passage of a comet I had observed for many years. I hoped the trip would provide me with the evidence required to conclude my decades-long research. Yesterday, you received my telegram requesting that you meet me at my house, just outside Arkham. And so, you've decided to join me in my mansion.
Astronomy was always Wilhelmina's special passion, but now she wants to consult with me. I wonder whether it's my knowledge of history or archaeology that interests her. Or could it be the occult?
Welcome to my mansion, my friend.
I'd better ring the bell.
Okay, the controls are standard third person. The graphics are not half bad. The camera is fixed. I can't move it up or down. At least not yet. And there's no run button, but you can walk faster.
Even at my age, it can be hard to answer the door quickly.
There seems to be
Rude of
some
me to make
fourth
you
wall
wait like
breakage
this.
over here.
I wonder whether something's wrong.
There's a light coming from that second floor window. She must be home. I'd better see if she needs help.
What? So checking the stairs is like examining the door? Okay, that's just the interaction point, but that is weird. So far it's standard fare point and click or investigation type game, where you go around looking for items and clues. At this point, one thing that I don't like that much, the graphics seem a bit too cartoony for the source material.
It's no problem to reach the window, but it's shut tight. I'd need
Yep.
to smash the glass to get inside.
I hope you aren't thinking what I fear you're thinking.
What I need is
The
something heavy
visuals
to
look
smash
really
this
good. I
door
like
up.
them. But compared to the Sinking City, for example, they just don't have that same oppressive, dark, grim appearance. So for a Lovecraft story, I don't know. Okay. Let's have a look. And we're gonna smash the window. We already did.
How dare you smash my window? I hope you intend to have it replaced.
I can't imagine Professor Tillinghast will be.
That's a lot of assumptions there, buddy.
If it means helping her. Now, what trouble is she in?
Comets are never good. The color out of space comes to mind. There was a bit of clunkiness on that interaction. Oh god, that music.
A broken vase. The professor must have heard it fall. She wouldn't have just left it here.
I certainly would not. I take pride in a clean and tidy abode, especially when expecting visitors.
I'd better find her.
The Mythos clock? What is the Mythos clock? I still think the visuals look too clean and too nice for
That
a
scream came from upstairs.
Lovecraft setting.
That sounds like my voice. I must need help.
Professor, was that you?
Of course it was. Hurry!
No answer. There must be someone else in the house. I ought to find a weapon.
Okay, I like that. It's very in tune with Lovecraft's tales, losing sanity. Wait, what?
That knife might come in handy if I run into trouble.
What on earth?
It is
are
pretty
you
funny
doing
that
with
she's
the
talking
metro?
to you like that, breaking the fourth wall. Nothing good can come of this.
The scream came from this direction. I'd better take a look. The scream must have come from the other side of this door.
That's my office door.
And the door is locked. I don't think the key is gonna be downstairs, so might as well just look up here. I doubt it's here. I would like some explanation into what is the Mythos clock. I just know it's bad, because everything that has to do with the Mythos ends in pain and suffering. But... Oi. Oh boy.
Who's there?
I'll ask the questions. Roland Banks, Bureau of Investigation. I'm on the job.
What would a federal agent want with me?
Professor Harvey Walters, longtime colleague of Professor Tillinghast. She invited me over to discuss some project of hers, but she didn't answer the door. I came upstairs when I heard that terrible scream.
Seems like I'm on the right track. Something hinky's going on here.
I assure you, Wilhelmina's reputation, both professional and academic, is utterly unimpeachable. You're investigating the wrong suspect.
She's only a person of interest. The Bureau has evidence that others are trying to involve her in some shady business. I came to find out what she knows, if anything. Then I heard the scream.
I wasn't prepared for so many guests today.
I'll help you find that key.
Why would the office key be there?
There's a key on this.
My files say Tillinghast has no children. If that's true, why would she need a nursery?
Wilhelmina did always dote on other people's children. I suspect she often wished she had some of her own.
Oh, I can't say it isn't true. I wish people were less prone to idle gossip.
Alright, let's open that door and let's find out what happened. She's probably dead.
What? Who?
An intruder! How many people can I expect to break into my house today?
Who are you?
Listen, pal. You've got some explaining to do. Come then. I have just the explanation you deserve.
That seems awfully weak for a pistol. Okay. Alright, wasn't that bad. Well, I don't think I can... Oh yeah, I can. I don't think I have enough action points to do anything. Oh, I can't attack. Okay, so that's what the Mythos clock does. That's not a good thing.
What's going on?
Oh
We'd better have a
man.
look inside.
I don't want to have a look inside.
Who in blazes are you?
What happened here? Is that...
Wait. That's me. That is... It's my... body.
That's Professor Tillinghast, all right. She won't be telling me much anymore.
We need to stop them.
We are losing sanity.
Who were those cloaked figures? This wasn't just a burglary.
So between the candles and the
Right
arcane
about
symbol
that.
on the floor,
Must be connected to my
come on, guys.
investigation. We better have a look around.
Come on.
What's this mess?
Yeah, a broken jar or flask. Can make out a few letters. Miska, Uni, Lab.
Perhaps Wilhelmina brought something home from the Miskatonic University Science Lab.
Look at these notebooks. Is this the professor's handwriting?
It is, but how would you know?
There's no useful information here, but perhaps Professor Tillinghast kept notes on this.
Their sanity is rapidly dwindling.
What's this weird symbol drawn on the floor? Is that blood?
My nice, clean floor, ruined.
Oh, to be a spirit and not care about inconsequential things like death.
That looks like some kind of cult symbol. This ain't a garden variety burglary.
Oh, my dear colleague. You deserved far better than this horrible demise.
Despite my age, I had much more to do in life.
This wound on her stomach, it looks like she was knifed. We found everything we're liable to find here. Time to see where the evidence leads us.
And so my friends set out to discover how I was killed.
No trauma. And I managed to stay sane, which is a good thing.
Search of my office makes it clear you must visit Miskatonic University. Not only did I work there, but the broken jar came from the university lab. Why did those strange men need it? Whatever the answer, you're sure to find it at Miskatonic. Welcome to Miskatonic University, home of the prestigious Orn Library, which includes the country's largest collection of occult books. I once studied here as a student, later donning the mantle of professor and passing along all I learned to the next generation of astronomy students. This place was like a second home to me. Perhaps the things I left behind will provide you with clues to the answers you seek.
Science and astrophysics, huh? I bet we'll meet a lot of eggheads in this department.
Oh, it has changed over the years, but no place feels more like home to me. Not even my little house.
The Secretary said Professor Norman Withers could give us access to Professor Tillinghast's office. But what do we expect to find?
We won't know until we look.
No doubt Professor Withers will be glad to help us get to the bottom of Tillinghast's death. Professional courtesy and all that.
Oh, and the Mythos clock doesn't reset. Alright. So, I think it's a competent game. I think it plays well, save for a few mishaps when you're clicking and trying to get to something, and the character just walks around without getting to what he needs to get. The turn-based combat is pretty good. Getting into position, attacking, acting. It wasn't bad at all. It was pretty good. The only complaint I have about this game so far are is the art style, essentially. And again, making it very clear, it's not a bad thing. It's just I would prefer that the art style be different for a Lovecraft-inspired game. I think it's a bit too colorful and too cartoony, but that's just me. And again, it doesn't make it a bad game. It's just personal preference. I wonder what kind of chaos will the Elder Gods and the Old Ones are going to wreak upon the world in this title. I don't know. I will find out. All that said, I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Cheers.